I'm Cindy from vdanswear.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to take a top that you already have and add some mesh onto it, giving it just a little bit of a different, unique look so you can get two tones. You don't have to use two tones. You could use the same color. You could also use lace or anything else here, even another lycra. Super simple, super fun. If you're looking for some just to kind of jazz it up a little bit, this just might be the one for you. So the way you get this look that I had showed you, where it's gathered up or ruched up, some people call it, it's up to you. It doesn't matter. You know what the look is. It's a really cute, sweet look, softens up a costume, gives it a lot of texture. This particular one is with a corresponding mesh. You can use, if you don't have access and don't want the same color, you can use a coordinating color. It's really easy to do. So I'm going to show you how to cut the piece for this. So the first thing you're going to want to do, I have the shirt I'm going to use up here, and I'm going to pin this piece of fabric to it. Now it's best if you safety pin it while it's on the person, because then it's stretched to the right amount. Let's go to the back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the outside of the bra. Now we'll add seam allowance later on, but this way we'll know exactly, let's see the spot I'm looking at right there. Trace it all the way around to the back. Trace the neckline down the center and around here. Oh, I went too far down. You can usually kind of feel it. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to unpin that. Okay, so let's set this to the side. Let's take that piece that we've cut, or I'm sorry, that we've marked up, and we're going to cut it. Now, when we cut it, let's cut it right on the line. Actually, I take it back. Don't cut it right on the line. Cut it whatever seam allowance you're going to use. If you want 1/4 of an inch, use that, or 1/2 inch. Let's go here. Let's go with 1/2 inch. It'll save one step if you can just cut it. And then that way we know we've already got our seam allowance in there. Cut it down the center. And in the back, the seam allowance. So all edges have that seam allowance. Okay, so now we're going to take, you can take pattern paper. Don't do it on the actual fabric you're going to use. We're going to place this on here. Now, we want it ruched all the way around to the back. So I'm going to take this, not where the seam allowance is, but I'm going to go up a little bit higher and cut this apart. I'm cutting between, I'm probably cutting on the actual thing about a little more than 1/4 of an inch. Close to 1/2 inch. You can measure it exact if you want, but you really don't have to. And we want it gathered up more in the front. So on this one, I'm not going to go quite all the way through. And here. Now we don't want it gathered on the part that goes across here, but we want more gathers in the very front. So now we're going to take those pieces and we're going to lay them down, and we're going to put about 1/2 inch space in between. You can do a little more, a little less, depending on how many gathers you want, and then spread this out and spread that out. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and freehand cut. You might want to mark it. You might want to hold the stuff down. It's all up to you what you're comfortable with. And then go ahead and cut down here. So let's take this up. So now this is our pattern piece. When we sew this down, it'll be sewn down there. Let's go ahead and pin that into place. So you'll see exactly where I'm going with this. Now on this, you might want to hand stitch it into place, because hand stitching it, you can hide all the different, the little stitching. Otherwise, there'll be a top stitch on it. And you'll fold this and then continue and pin this around. So what I would do is probably sew this part first. Let's hide this tag, get it out of our way. Bring this all the way around. So if you hand stitch the top and the bottom, and then you're going to fold this back side so it gives it a clean finish. And then you'll hand stitch it here underneath. So you would actually stitch this whole thing down. And then after that, you're going to take the pins and make sure that's folded. And I would face it down. Fold it up. And if you do a practice one with a sheet or something, then you'll know if it gives you as many gathers as you'd like. If you want more, it's super easy to do. This one's just giving a few, but you could easily double it or triple the amount of gathers you want. And if you're not comfortable with, make sure that's folded. If you're not comfortable stretching the other one out that far, what you can do is then make one smaller, then cut it and stretch it up too. Remember though, don't go extra in the length, because we know the length is correct, or the width going around. It is actually the length you want to get longer, but not the width of it. So that would give you a few cute little pleats going all the way around, and then you would do the same thing back here. Make sure go the same direction and pleat those up, and then just hand sew all of that down from behind. When you do that, be careful not to go through to the very front. Just catch the back in a little whip stitch going all the way around. And I like to, when I work with stretchy fabric and I'm hand sewing, I like to knot it every few inches. So if a thread does break, the whole run doesn't go, but just an inch or two. And then make sure every time you get near an edge that you fold that under when you hand stitch. And like I said, if you catch it all the way through, you're going to leave little divots. If you accidentally do that, throw some rhinestones on there. Put it right over that spot. Nobody will even know. So if you're looking to put a little ruche side on your top, this just might be the video for you. And have fun and enjoy. So it's really this easy. I know it looks complicated when you see it on an outfit, and I know I say that a lot, that it's really that easy, but it is. If you just take a chance, you will be amazed at what you can do. Thank you for watching our video. And if you enjoyed it, make sure and click here to subscribe, because we're going to have some amazing DIY videos coming out. And if you want to get our free, complete dance costume DIY guide, click right here, or go to bdancewear.com/DIY guide. And lastly, if you have any questions or ideas for future videos, please leave it in the comments below. Thanks again for watching our video. And remember, be original, be colorful, bdancewear.com.